and welcome to another episode of Slaying 101 here on Game Nights. I'm your host and your keeper of monsters and your best friend, Savvy. And we're going to play some Monster of the Week today. Before we do, a couple of announcements. I'll tell you what we got going on the channel this upcoming week. After today, on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have a brand new episode of Eos, which is our one of our D&D 5e campaigns run by your friend and mine, Damn It Barry. A couple of us playing that, and we're getting up to a lot of shenanigans and almost dying quite a bit. It's very exciting. On Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I have a new episode of All Myths Are True, which is the other game that I run here on the channel. It's Tales from the Loop. As kids on bikes in the last one, they became kids on boats because they stole a boat. And so we're going to pick up with that. It's going to be fun. It's just a paddle boat, but they're all like 12, so that could get very dangerous very quickly. So join us on Thursday for that. Saturday, we'll have the finale episode of Saturday night's Thunderball. We are in the championship game, and guess what? The Griffins are up 2-0. Can't imagine that's going to last very long. It's very scary. Join us for sports on Saturday. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then on Sunday, we'll be back around for this show again every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's what we've got going on for the next week. I don't think I forgot anything. We'll see. So yeah, I'll let these fine folks around me introduce themselves and tell you what they've got going on this week. Yeah. Let's do that. Who goes first? GB goes first.
Graybeard or Graybeard's Tavern, and you can find me on Tuesday before these guys go on for Eos over on Encounter Roleplay, where I will be playing my my space rat mechanic Fahar, and we'll see. Last week there was some serious shipping, and we'll see how that all turns out. Also, I think I can announce this now, so I'm going to do it and let the chips fall. Thursdays, I'm going to be over on Encounter Roleplay's channel playing a bugbear, and I will let Indoor announce the rest of that. But and then let's see, I'm back here on Sundays. That's me for now.
All right, Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, and I have nothing. Nothing at all. I'm doing nothing, you guys, at all this week. This is it. Until next time when we do this again on Sunday. But then after that, in 2 weeks, I meant like on streaming. Like I'm gonna go, like I get to hang out with like LB in real life. That's gonna be great. But you
guys don't know that when she's not streaming, Sid just sits staring at her computer monitor waiting for her next stream.
I just wait. I'm here all the time. All the time. But I will take a break from that to go hang out with LB in person, socially distanced, of course. But yeah, and I'll be working on the wiki for what will be coming in 2 weeks on Thursday here at 8 o'clock Eastern. Our Good Society game, Elegant Suffering. We've only had 3 episodes, and I have to set up a wiki. Like this is insanity. But yeah, otherwise I'll just be staring into the void.
We get
back
up
to you, Savvy.
Thank you. We get up to a lot of Thursday shenanigans now, and it's very good. Who goes next? Rob, probably.
God, I hope so, because I'm just gonna start talking, and you gotta stop me if not. Hi, hello, I'm Rob, or bonus stage Rob, or bonus_stage_ Rob here on Twitch. You can find me here on Sundays. If you're watching live and your name is like Josh, this one's for you, Josh. You know who you are. You can also find me at twitch.tv/runawayrobot_ on Thursdays for a Humblewood campaign called Die Fall Alderheart. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't remember if I said that, but it is a fantastic little kickstarted homebrew setting called Humblewood. And we all play as like woodland creatures, and it's adorable and like only a little bit scary when giant fire monsters attack us. And then when I'm not doing that, you can find me at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob just about every other day of the week, playing some sort of video game. I'm probably like 1 or 2 streams away from finishing Hollow Knight for the first time. And if I can make it to the end with dying under 200 times, I'll consider that a win. We're in like the 150s at this point, I think. Good at games. Thanks.
Hashtag boob grubs.
Yeah, on that note, LB.
Hi, I love going after Rob. It's just the best. I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on Twitter. I do something every day of the week and twice on Sundays. So check my Twitter for all the things that I'm doing. After this, at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you can watch me on Indoor Adventure. I play Rinrin, the sweetest tabaxi monk who has a dark secret. And I don't think anybody here, in chat watches, but it is probably coming out pretty soon. Well, you know the secret, GB. So tune in for that, and then check my Twitter for my entire schedule. I might be streaming on Tuesday. Who knows? On my own channel. That's pretty much the only thing that's a mystery. That's it.
Ooh. Sean, it's your turn.
Yes. Thank you, Savannah. Hi, I'm Sean, the Kraken King on Twitter and most other places. I do something almost every day. My whole link, or my schedule is on my bio. You can check it out there. But as Savannah said, we do have our finale of Saturday Night's Thunderball coming up this Saturday. And starting a week after that, on the 4th of July, we'll be starting our next season of Saturday Night's Apocalypse, will be the name of this one. And we're going to be doing a tweaked version of the Princess of the Apocalypse campaign from Wizards of the Coast, where I'm going to be changing it to take place in a post-apocalyptic version of the Sword Coast. So it's going to be awesome. So come join us for the premiere of that on the 4th at 3 o'clock Eastern. And that's it. Happy anniversary, Santa.
Oh yeah, it's our 6th anniversary today. Of when we got married. Yay.
Y'all are too cute. Stop it.
You bring this cold, dead hard joy.
And what the hell?
We resubscribed to our marriage for
Mazel
another year.
tov.
That was perfect. It's always content. All right, yeah. I think that's it for that. So let's play some Monster of the Week. I lost my notes already. It's been 5 minutes. Last time on Slaying 101, the team here got up to some vampire nabbing shenanigans. You took all of your planning and put it to use, setting a trap for Rosalind, and boy howdy did it work. It was a very excellent trap, set off by a very excellent plan, using Marcello and Kendall as bait within the tarp-covered tiger cage. You lured her in, set off the sprinklers full of holy water, and then beat her within an inch of her life. And shot her. And she fell. It was actually very simple now that I think about it. It seemed very complicated at the time, but it was not. So there's not much more to say about what happened last time, I don't think, unless there's anything you all want to remind each other of.
Day drinking.
There was a lot of day drinking.
A lot of day drinking.
Also. And a lot of other things that go along with drinking, which I will leave to your imaginations. Or you can go to our YouTube channel and watch the last episode. It's worth your time. I'm just gonna say that. It's pretty great. So yeah, there was drinking and there was vampire catching. So we're gonna pick up immediately where we left off last time, with Rosalind. This music's a little too happy for you guys having just shot someone. Hold on. Let's do a different one. I'll do that for a little bit. So we're gonna pick up where we left off. Rosalind has fallen to the warehouse floor. I'm telling you, she'll be back, or some version of that. There's a lot of giggling happening in my peripheral vision. I'm trying to figure out why.
Rexy, 1, awesome shot. 2, help Travis.
On it. Rexy slides in and whips around the medic bag.
I forget if am I conscious?
You're
God.
3? You were
Yeah,
at 4, and then you
I
got
was at
healed for
4.
1, so you're at 3.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
you're
okay.
standing.
Sorry, my roll 20 is
You're delirious. I mean, you just
bugging
took a
out.
really
I
big
mean,
hit.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
why
know.
I'm. It's not that I'm unprepared. I'm just delirious.
Yeah, so you're standing and a little stitched up, but still looking rough. No longer unstable.
Does
So no.
anybody else feel like shit after every encounter, or is it just me? Am I?
I think it's mostly you at this point, buddy.
You kind
I
of
feel pretty good. It's like a good workout. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can everybody stand back? We need to burn the body, right?
No, we have to get the
Ooh,
blood.
we need your blood first. We need your blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Blood quickly before she pops back up.
Should we maybe just follow me here? Cut off her head. Move the head further away from the body, and then get the blood.
Sure.
Oh, dibs. Wait. Do you think is it possible? And he looks at Win. Is it possible to have a warding spell on your own body? Like, is this gonna backfire and hurt me?
For cutting off the head?
Yeah.
I mean, anything's possible. It's magic.
Do you want me to do it, and then if nothing happens, you can finish?
No, I'll just watch. Maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more than is publicly acceptable.
While they're talking, Rexy's
You got
drawing blood.
Okay. Yeah, she's currently not conscious, so not difficult. There's a lot of it just everywhere.
Victoria's gonna try to key into the people outside
Okay.
and see what they are currently doing.
Okay. I'm actually gonna have you roll, probably to read a bad situation.
Oh boy.
That is plus sharp.
Oh boy.
Well,
Let
you're
go.
You're using your brain powers.
10.
Well, you roll a 10 anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so you can ask 3 questions about the situation.
Solid. As she's doing this, she's going to, right before she does this, she's just going to send a little message to Win in his head. That's just like, there are 7 others outside.
Win says out loud, shit.
What's the biggest threat?
Well, there are 2 and they're all vampire themed. I think as you're sort of pushing your consciousness outside the building, focusing on the creatures that are out there, you're sure that they're vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And they are probably, after having heard the commotion inside, starting to encircle the building.
Okay.
So there's at least one near every exit, because they cannot currently get in.
What is the best way to protect the victims?
Assuming that's you guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Well, as long as the warding holds, you are safe in this building. Going outside would be the opposite of that, of protecting the victims. So your best way is probably to find a way to deal with Rosalind and get out without actually leaving the building.
Solid. And then what's the most vulnerable to me?
I would say if you're wanting to actually deal with the creatures outside, you do have a little bit of a drop on them because you sort of know how many of them and where they are. So if you wanted to, you have the ability to either get the drop on them or to make it past them or get out because you'll know where they are before they know where you are.
Cool. Victoria's going to slide. Yeah, she's going to maneuver down from her crow's nest and join the group in the rain. That is still going on.
Wait, I forgot. I'm saying all of this through a gas mask and in a latex suit. Right.
Pertinent contextual information.
So yeah, okay. I will. So am I taking the head off or what?
I mean, do we have enough blood? Do we need to do that now?
Well, just if we cut the head off and we take it off her body, it's less likely for her to get up and start moving around again and try to kill us.
Sure. It gives us more time. Yeah.
It'd be hilarious if she did get up and couldn't see. And was just sort of stumbling around. I mean, please tell me that's how it works.
Vampire chicken with her head cut off? Yes.
Oh my god, that would be
Guys,
amazing.
quickly, she is a very powerful.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
like
okay,
right
okay.
now.
Sorry, yeah.
Sword.
Yeah, sorry.
Stand back, please. Yeah, just twack.
Yeah, a target you don't have to roll to hit, I don't think. Yeah, Sally takes out the what I think your playbook calls big ass sword,
Big ass sword,
which is a technical name for it.
Yes.
And both hands over the head, in one swipe, severs Rosalind's head from her body. As this happens, Sally, I don't know if you see this because you're aiming, but anybody who is standing nearby, you can see her hands twitch.
Gross.
All right. So let's just kick the head over there.
Travis
I'll
kicks
just-
it as hard as he
Oh
can.
no!
Don't actually kick it. All right.
Sally was gonna go pick it up, but okay, never mind.
Punts this woman's head across the warehouse, and it goes rolling through the floor. It's been like 15 minutes. This is a gross one.
Who are the monsters now?
Fuck you.
Long brown hair, sort of twirling.
Oh, that felt good. I
Some
feel a
blood
lot better.
spatters.
I needed that.
All right.
Like therapy.
Guys, there are 7 others outside.
Wait, what? Oh, her
Excuse me?
Yeah, she brought friends.
Shit. I mean,
let Marcello and Kendall out of the cage because we might
No.
need their help.
No.
Should we go get the head and be like,
Oh yeah,
see,
that's
you
right.
don't want to mess with us.
Why don't we just get what we need and go?
well, so we have a couple of things right now. We have to get rid of all the vampires, not just this one. This was just like the first step. So I actually don't think the head, going outside with the head and threatening them, telling them to leave is a terrible idea. But I don't know, Marcel, do you think you can get them under control?
And why would they listen to me?
I mean, you're the next most powerful vampire around, I'm imagining.
Well, I didn't create them.
Fair.
They had no blood ties to me, really.
All right. We can't just leave 7 vampires hanging around here, though, right? Guys.
No, well that's what the blood's for, right? Like, okay, all right.
When the head got kicked, Rex pulled up the sunlight flashlight and turned it on and shining it on the head so we don't lose track of it in the warehouse.
Okay.
All right. So, what? Get as
what
much
is it
blood.
you're wanting to do with him?
We want to
Give
cure
him-
him.
Give them the out. Yeah, we just let them. I mean, either they stick around and they go veggie, or we try to cure them, or they die.
A tempting offer. In that case, I do not think sletting exam is going to work.
No.
They won't trust you.
I think we get as much blood, burn the body so we make sure she doesn't come back. we get out of here, make as much cure as we can, and then we approach them with the ultimatum.
All right. If we're gonna light anything on fire, though, could we turn that off? Also, I'd really like to take this thing off.
We would very much like to not be in a cage.
Yeah, I want to.
I mean, there's only so much water. It's got to stop at some point, right?
Be more like 12.8 minutes, I think, with the gallons and the square footage of this warehouse.
Would
It's
your
gonna be a
weldings
bit-
last as long?
I can
What
go
did I
shut it down,
roll on
but
that again? I forgot.
It lasts about 30 minutes.
And we did that before. Yeah, it's probably not going to last that long.
All right, I'll go get the head so the head doesn't do anything, and then just turn it off, and then we'll light things on fire. I'll go get the head.
You can go get the head.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, I got the head. Keep it away from the body, and just someone turn it off, please.
here, and I hand the mega sunlight flashlight to Trav, and just start running for the building water main.
Okay. You run for the water main. Easy enough. It's a old, simple building. It's essentially a giant metal box. Easy enough to find. You, after a few turns, turn off the water on the sprinklers, kind of sputtering a little bit, and though dripping a little, because they're old and definitely not maintained. It's not raining Jesus water anymore.
All right. Hellfire, right?
Would be best.
Okay. Any
Well, you
last...
want to get to Hellfire.
I got that.
Do we have enough blood?
Yeah,
Do
good
we
question.
have enough blood?
How much do you want to take? What do you have to put blood in? Just like bring a bunch of empty Mountain Dew bottles, or okay.
Yeah.
The syringe, basically a drawing from my med kit, and then
Yes.
we put it in saline bags or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you have some of those. I mean, you guys do have a lot of empty bottles from yesterday, so that's also, I guess,
Just-
a resource you have moving forward.
Filling up PBR cans with...
I really hope we clean this though. Like we
Yeah.
rinsed it out.
You will be able to cure them, but they will be drunk for the next 2 days. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, you start filling up some saline bags of blood. I don't know, how big are those?
500 cc's, generally speaking. Half a liter a piece.
Aha, okay. So you in a couple of minutes you can get, I don't know, 3 of those.
All right, well, hopefully we don't need more than that.
So teleport out.
Burn body, teleport out, yeah.
Right.
And clear everyone back and try to set the body on fire. Pull out his spell book.
Put the
Just
head there.
put the head on top of it, yeah.
Yeah, just there.
Put her head on the ground by her feet.
Yes.
Roll for fire.
Okay.
I say that more than I feel like I should.
It's not a great roll. I don't have any forward, I think, so that's for 7.
7. Where is the fire one? There it
On a 7 and 9.
is. You take harm, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is this
Yeah.
one of those things where where someone else is gonna take harm?
So
Not
that's
anymore?
no. I mean that's still
Or
there.
is that still a thing?
Yeah. I never suffer the
geez.
consequences of my own magic.
I'm standing right there. Go ahead.
Well, neither was Abby, but she still got hit with it. Day
Is anyone
one.
else standing right there?
No.
No.
I would have made everyone clear back as much as possible, but yeah.
I'm gonna say this is specifically Hellfire.
Yes.
I think when as you start to use this rote and you cast it's green, right?
Yeah.
The like green fire, there is a little bit of magical ricochet, I guess is the best way I know how to describe it. And there's a little bit of energy. I think, Sally, you feel it sort of come towards you and kind of settle in your chest. Now it feels a little bit like heartburn. It's hard for me to justify hurting someone who's half demon with a little bit of hellfire. So it kind of stings a little bit. Doesn't feel good. You need a Prilosec, but it doesn't do you any harm.
Pepto? Anyone?
I got Zantac over here.
Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks.
All right.
Make sure it
but
burns
you,
to ashes.
You set the body. You all see Wynn set the body alight by, I guess, magically conjuring a bunch of green fire on the warehouse floor. You wait. It sort of burns brighter and brighter, and then eventually settles, and you're left with a pile of ash.
Wet ash.
Yeah, it's more like mud.
Your drain.
Yes, is there a hose in the warehouse that we just spray off, spray it down
I mean,
into the drain?
we're supposed to like disperse the ashes, but since
Yeah.
it's like ash mud right
it's
now,
like dirt clods.
like can we
Like
like
a person.
spray it down a drain? And then, like it'll just get dispersed by like the sewage system or something.
it makes sense to me that a building this big with this big of a fire alarm system would probably have a drain in it. So yeah, towards the center of the room, there's kind of a grate, and you send Rosalind up the river.
While they're working on that, I'll start getting ready for the teleportation.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Take off this fucking mask. Oh, jeez.
It's a good look for you.
Huh. No, I'm just surprised it still fits. It's great.
Is the circle still up at the house? At
Yeah.
the Haven?
I imagine Wynn puts that up after every time he uses it.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so you get ready to teleport 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people back to the Haven.
Mm-hmm. Just have to
Again.
hold hands.
Okay. If you all are ready to leave, everything packed up, blood safely stowed away, you can go ahead and roll for
Wings of Valak.
teleporting.
All right, what could go wrong? I said that just because I wanted it to go wrong, but I rolled a 10, so boo.
Okay, yes. You and those in contact with you traverse the realm of thought and shadow to move great distances. You teleport back to, like you all have done at this point, relatively unscathed. A few of you a little scratched up, a little beat up from your fight before, but no one in this time, no one in grave danger. Back to Abby's Haven. And you all sort of appear in the middle of that main room. The rune that Wynn had etched and left on the chalkboard now faded away. So I imagine you put it back
Just
almost
so-
immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll hand the blood and such to Sally and sort of like pull Travis towards the med bay.
Sally will hold all of the blood. Look at it.
Hello, old friend.
On the table.
Fine, Win. Here.
Well,
Have fun.
oh, yeah, shit. Starts looking around, like looking to ask somebody for help, and realizes he is the most knowledgeable person here, probably on how to do this, and that scares him.
Do we get that, like, Tulsi the basil stuff, or do I have to go to Whole Foods dressed like this?
That'd be awesome.
I don't think we got it yet, so you might have to. Yeah.
Or, Victoria, do you still have that baby powder? I might need a hand.
Oh, no, we left it at your house, but I can help you out.
I'll see you in 20 minutes. Come on. Sally will get changed to be appropriate to go to Whole Foods.
Okay, there is just this intercut scenes of Wynn sort of looking through, getting ready to put together this elixir, and then they just cut back to Victoria just trying desperately to pull Sally out of this suit.
Foot
It's
on the
very
back.
funny in my mind. 20 minutes later, they emerge.
All right. We'll go get the basil stuff. Anything else?
No, I think that's gonna be everything, right? I'm looking for my recipe.
Play off holy water. We got holy water?
I can handle that, I think. I mean, if we just wring out some of our clothes at this point, I think we got some holy water.
Fair. All right. I will go get basil.
What time is it?
Cool.
We did this at noon.
Yeah, Rosalind showed up at noon. I mean, all told, it's maybe pushing 1 o'clock.
I mean, it's not peak hours. You know, like the people that go in for like lunch have already left, and so I won't be too long.
Savvy, do you want me to make the medic roll?
Ooh, yes, if you're gonna use your move.
Alright.
Go out ahead.
And I always forget there's a second window. There we go. Oh, nice. Whoop, whoop. 13.
Right, 13. Heck yeah. That's
Heal
really
2
good.
harm.
So you've healed 2 harm, Travis, through Rex's tender loving care. No, it's probably actually very scary because you're a field medic. And Victoria healed you 1 before. What are you sitting at? 1 harm? Victoria, you healed him through magic, correct?
Correct.
So in theory, without rolling, somebody could use first aid on Travis and he'd heal the last harm, be right as rain. Because it's separate from a move.
Wynn gives him a pat on the back.
It's an emotional first aid, but it works. I'll assume that you guys do that. Travis, you're great. 0 harm. You feel so much better.
Oh boy, can't wait to go run face first into something else.
When was the last time you had no harm?
We talking like emotionally?
2 hours ago, and then that just went away.
I do as I finish up Patch and Trav, I look up at the camera and I wave, and then I start cleaning up and putting stuff back,
Very
getting
nice.
stuff to the autoclave, and not being a field medic.
Because you did just bring 2 vampires back to the Haven a second time.
After when Pat's travel on the back, he does just a brief aside, just say, you know, before we start shooting fire, the next thing maybe we should have our like tutorial on some stuff and, you know, go over some of like the basics that I learned when I started doing that.
You talking to me?
Travis.
I'm sorry, one more time. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe before the next time we start shooting fire at vampires, we should do that training that we talked about, that tutoring.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Noted.
cool. Glad you're all right.
Thanks, buddy. Nobody told me magic was gonna hurt this much, but you know.
Yeah, normally for me it just hurts the people near me. But yeah, each
I don't know
their
if I'm
own.
blessed or cursed in that regard.
Hard to say.
Anyway, yeah, I think I should learn something with a little less fire. It was cool in theory, but yeah, it doesn't feel great when it fails.
I mean, it looks cool. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
totally.
but yeah, that shit hurts. So, yeah, we'll just, I'm assuming it's going to be, we'll probably have a few more days before the next thing tries to kill one of us. So, we can
Yeah.
talk through it.
Perfect.
Got some books. Lie down for a bit, probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
And when goes back to trying to figure out how to do this, he's not good at cooking.
Okay. So Travis getting patched up, and Rex cleaning up when figuring out the recipe. Sally going to buy some Tulsi, probably from Whole Foods, maybe in the form of some loose leaf tea or something. But you get a couple of different things. It'll probably work. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. Victoria, are you doing anything else?
Yes, she's sitting at the table that is the gathering table. She has her feet up on the table and she's scrolling through Instagram.
Okay. So we'll cut to a little bit later. Everyone contributing in their own way. Sally returns not too long after from Whole Foods, the bag full of things with Tulsi in them.
How is tea $10?
Welcome back.
Was it like a box of it, like a crate of tea?
It's just this much. That's it. It's just the little $10.
Because Whole Foods is a racket for douchey hipsters.
Well, I guess
people
look
who
at
want
it.
to be healthy.
Yeah, there's other ways to be healthy.
Brad said only $10 to cure a bunch of vampires.
All right, fair.
They should really put that on the label. It's a good
Selling point, yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Start getting this ready. Vic, can you get your feet off that book? I need it for a second.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks. Starts putting together the just knifing over bags of tea to get the Tulsi out.
Okay. You do this. The cure is probably going to taste a little of tea. But it could be worse. But yeah, you sit there working for a while. It probably takes a little bit of trial and error. Don't know exact measurements, but you have the ingredients, you mix them together, you end up with a very much blood-looking bottle of stuff.
All right. I think I got it.
Sweet.
How much do we have?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how much of the blood that you used. That's the thing you have the most of.
Oh, true. I mean, as little as possible so we can test it and then mass produce it.
Okay, so you do just a little bit, like a spoonful of sugar.
Helps the vampire cure go
Mix
well.
together just a little bit, just, enough, like a shot. Now I'm imagining you just mixing this in a shot glass.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I think Wynn probably tried a little like measuring cups and then realized the only thing he knows how to do is mix drinks. So he just started doing it like that.
Okay.
He's got a shaker.
You all see Wynn sitting there with some dirtied measuring spoons and cups and books strewn around him, and a cocktail shaker and a shot glass of what looks like watered down blood.
I am deeply resisting and failing the urge to make a Bloody Mary joke.
You mean
He's-
it's a bloody Rosalind?
Oh,
Oof.
too soon. Like way too soon. Wow.
You kicked her head across the room, and
I
I'm
didn't
the one
do
who says wrong
anything.
here.
I just took it off because we needed to.
First of all, I'm not mad about the too soon thing. That bitch can die in a fire, and did. Bloody Rosalind? Really, Victoria?
What? You weren't coming up with anything.
It's
It
too
was
soon.
good.
So where's Kendall?
Well, she gets a choice.
Oh, she
didn't get
does.
the choice of this, so let's give her the choice of whether she wants to go back or not.
Mm-hmm.
Kendall!
They're just sitting down on the couch, probably trying their best to ignore this conversation and watching TV and eating snacks.
Yeah, as Marcelo just watched Wynn serve up his sister.
He's trying his best not to.
Be a strained relationship there.
Oh, you yell for Kendall, and she kind of like shoots upright on the couch. What?
Come here.
Okay.
You talk to her. I'm bad at this stuff.
Cool. Rat. I got a cure right here if you don't want to be a vamp anymore.
It's not just gonna like kill me, is it?
No, not that kind of cure. That's what the sword's for. I'm kidding. All right. No, this
If
will
I
make you
wanted
go
to
back to
scare
being...
her, I would have talked to her. You're supposed to be good at this.
I'm tired,
Have you
okay?
met him?
We've been doing... Ow.
She looks very tired and a little terrified.
No, this... You'll go back to being human based on everything that we've read. And honestly, it's the best option. Because if you decide if you want to stay like this, then you're going to have to eat kosher for the rest of your life and, you know, deny your instincts. And eventually, it's going to be too much and you're going to hurt someone. And then more people like us are going to have to deal with it. So this way, you get to live out a normal life as whatever you were doing before.
Yeah, you are gonna have to roll to manipulate someone.
Okay.
Rexy's kind of scared, so she's hiding up in the med bay just around the thing with her sniper rifle out, like leaning on it, like, I hope I don't have to shoot her. I hope I don't have to shoot her.
11.
Okay, yeah, they'll do it for the reason you gave them. I think you've scared her a little bit, and now you're trying to convince her that you are doing what's best for her. So I think you can see her thinking and looking a little bit concerned, and she's had a really rough few days. And then finally, she looks up at you and says, "Are you sure it'll work?"
Not 100%, but worse is going to give you some indigestion probably.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. Clacks the shot glass down in front of her on the table.
I'm a vampire, and that looks gross.
I'm not, and it looks gross. So, yeah. I feel your pain.
I'll do a shot with you. Does that make it better?
Not
1 o'clock,
really,
I'm
but
in.
thanks. I mean, I guess if you want.
Nah, never mind. It's probably not a good idea after yesterday.
Victoria's uncorking a no. All right. She gets a shot.
I mean,
then.
all right, fuck. Yeah, come on. Yeah, all right.
Jesus
Day
Christ,
drinking, part
y'all
2.
have problems.
Drinking has really spiraled very quickly.
Y'all
we
have
need
never
group
met
therapy
Victoria.
sessions? Like, what's happening?
Vodka.
Okay. And she sort of picks up the shot glass and holds it up. Should we say something?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, never mind. You're driving me to drink myself. Good God.
Amazing.
Sorry, Zach.
No.
Amazing.
Sorry, this is really caught me off guard. Kendall starts to laugh a little bit, and knocks back the shot and kind of grimaces, and then kind of puts a hand up to her like chest and throat, and is like, "Ah, what's in it?"
Who's in it?
Too soon, Travis.
No, I saw you guys take the blood. It was in the cage. What else is in it? Ow!
Couple of
Some really
purifying.
fucking expensive
things.
tea.
Yeah.
And she starts
Might
to
wanna lie down.
She starts to cough a little bit, and then kind of like grips onto the edge of the table and starts to like hold her chest like she's having chest pains. Looks like she's in a little bit of pain.
Is she gonna throw up?
Maybe.
This is LB asking.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
Okay.
look like she's gonna throw up.
Ooh, that
Just
doesn't look
like
good.
wait it out.
Maybe lie down.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
I'm sure it doesn't.
Yeah, maybe lie down. Maybe lie down.
Okay. You sort of help her away from the table, sort of lie her down on the couch. Marcelo standing up and kind of standing by, watching very closely, and you can see her kind of gripping at her chest and her throat a little bit and grimacing like she's in pain. And then all at once she kind of stops moving for a second and closes her eyes really tight, and then just takes this big deep breath. As you can see, like the colors have returned to her cheeks a little bit, but she's still kind of like clutching at her like chest and collarbones area, like it's hurting her. And then after a moment, sort of calms down and lets go. Ow!
You alright?
Yeah, I think that's what it feels like when your heart starts beating again.
Good sound.
Oh shit.
Bad. It's bad.
Oh
Feels bad.
shit.
Rex.
Yeah, and that's you see once the Rex thinks she's going to be the and no one even sees it because Rex is hiding up in the med bay, but like puts the sniper rifle down in the corner and then comes out and is like, goes up to her and like starts checking her. Little flashlight, takes a pulse.
She's got one. It's slow and it's a little weak, but she's got one. Everything else looks fine. She really looks like somebody who is suffering from severe exhaustion.
And I listened. I popped the stethoscope and listened to her heart.
Yeah, it's a slow heartbeat and a little bit of a weak one, but you can hear it.
All right, and then I'll give her some Motrin.
Thanks.
Well, alright.
I'm really hungry.
Yeah, you haven't eaten real food in a while.
You guys have hot dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Heathcliff?
Heathcliff of ears.
A puff of smoke.
In a puff of smoke, because he is also an amateur magician.
The lady would like some hot dogs.
Of course. He sort of rattles off a list of different sorts of hot dogs and toppings you can get on hot dogs. Preference? Ketchup.
Whatever
mustard,
she wants.
Radish, onions, chili dogs, chili cheese dogs. Cheese dogs?
I mean, I'll have a chili dog. That's just me. But Kendall, what do you want?
Yeah, that sounds really good, actually.
Couple chili dogs?
Is Kendall just Savannah?
She likes hot dogs. I don't know. It was the first thing I thought of. I think about hot dogs, okay?
Chicago dog? You know, the little peppers.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone else?
Do Chicago dogs?
Yes. Indeed.
I'm good, HC.
Victoria shakes her head.
All right.
Babs, you hungry? Why am I even asking you that? Of course you're hungry. What kind of hot dogs do you want?
Just like 3 with mustard.
Classic.
I'm a classic man.
I don't know why Heathcliff has such strong opinions on hot dogs. Okay. I regret bringing up hot dogs now. Yeah, he returns a few minutes later with a variety of dogs.
Can I pull Marcelo aside real quick?
Certainly.
Like, I don't want to ask this, but I don't want to like not ask this. But you you didn't really get a real choice last time. There's kind of an option now. We could try to figure something out. See if your maker's around.
No, I thought about it. I really did. I've been like this so long, I don't know what else I would do. What would you do? If you could purge half yourself and become human. Will you do it?
Yeah. But that's just me.
It's not easy living this long. But, I think I'll stay. The difference between you and me... When I became what I am, most of my family was already dead.
Yeah.
Plus, you would miss me.
Yeah, well, you know. It's nice to have you around.
I know. I'll forgive you for murdering my sister in front of me.
I forgive you for not telling me you had to murder a sister.
Alright. Even.
Square. She'll give him a hug.
The hugs are back. Just a little cool to the touch.
Just making sure, you know.
Yeah, we've had almost 700 years to think about it. But I like being me.
I like having someone around that's older than me.
I imagine so. Though you are aging quite well.
Well, you know, there's a whole regime thing. There's like 12 different... Never mind. We'll talk about it later. That's it.
Alright. You eat hot dogs. Most of you eat hot dogs. What's the plan?
I'm just gonna make as much of this as I can, and I guess we go postmates it to the cave.
Kendall, I hate to ask more of you at this point, but you're kind of like proof of concept, you know? So, do you mind coming with and showing them that they can go back if they want to?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
It's a really good idea, though.
They don't like me.
It's not about you. It's about There are options.
Yeah, but they might just try to kill me, and now I can't really defend myself.
Look at this face. Is this the face of someone that's gonna let some vampires kill you?
She like looks between you and the sword, back at you. Oh, I guess not.
Okay.
Okay.
I owe you more hot dogs.
So when are we going?
Hex.
Phew. I can batch this. I just need something to make it in.
Keg.
I mean, the rail rifle will fire syringes in case anybody needs converting.
Nah.
I think we decided this is. They make their
That'd be
choice.
it. Yeah. Is it too on the nose to do like a punch bowl or something?
I think that's kind of what I was thinking, actually.
Okay, so we are just gonna run with the shtick of like we're putting this in alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Just so I'm clear where we sit on this ridiculous concept.
It's what I know, man. I mean, it's.
You know what? That's as good as an excuse as I've ever heard. Yeah, I'll go get the punch bowl. Heathcliff, and Travis will walk off.
Make sure it's
Okay.
not silver. That would be really bad.
Not silver.
Which punch bowl do you get?
The
What's-
not silvery one.
What does this punch bowl look like?
Oh God!
Is this like the Swarovski crystal?
Does it not have a plastic one?
No, I go as cheap as it's available in this house.
You go to
Crystal.
look through the punch bowls, and Heathcliff, in all of his infinite wisdom that he's gained in like the month that he's worked here, is like, if I might, sir, and goes into one of the cabinets, and it's like the bottom, like very corner, and like digs through a bunch of stuff, and is pulling out like nice things and like setting them, and then pulls out one that looks like it's crystal, but it's plastic.
Perfect. It's on brand for Win. I
You don't
that's-
even have to bring it back. I don't even really know why we still have it.
Frankly, I'm surprised. But
Putting stuff
cheers.
back in there. You're welcome.
Are we literally making them drink this cure out of solo cups? Is that what's happening right now?
I mean, the shot glass seemed to be enough, and I don't really have a lot, so.
Yeah, all right, cool. Do we have those like throwaway ones, like the neon ones for, parties?
I mean, Jello shot cups.
Yeah, those are the ones.
I do, but they're back at the house.
Nah, it'll be fine.
We'll just rinse it off. Bring a couple water bottles.
Okay.
When are y'all planning on doing this?
Right now,
Oh, all right.
just because it's daytime and
Right.
like they'll probably be back at the cave and
All right. I'll just have to be somewhere at 5, so.
yeah. All right.
All right.
All right, Candle, come on.
Okay. Can I? She kind of looks down. Can I change?
Oh yeah. Trav, do we have any of Abby's stuff? It's maybe still here.
I've been wearing the same clothes for like 4 days.
Yeah, let me go see what the kid left behind, and he'll pop back up to the manse.
Okay. Would Abby have left some stuff?
Yeah, she wouldn't have brought her whole wardrobe.
Okay.
There's some like really nice things like that her mom bought her. Mostly everything is branded.
What kind of stuff would Travis find up there?
Oh boy. Go ahead.
I would be looking for something that's not super expensive.
I mean, there's stuff that looks like it's not super expensive. There's like just simple sweaters and skirts that is what she normally would wear.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So something like that. She's very grateful. I'll I'll bring them back.
Yeah, please.
This is really soft.
I think it's actually cashmere.
She looks a little concerned. Thanks.
Right, okay. Jacket back on, knives, everything. We got the punch bowl.
All mixed.
Cool.
Now, have you just already mixed this in the punch bowl?
Mm-hmm. We'll cover it with
And
some
I've
like
just-
cellophane.
Covered it? Okay. This is good. This is a good way to transport this.
Is
Boy,
there,
if
like-
we were playing Apocalypse World and I could get into those driving mechanics for even a second.
You're not gonna take that in my car, right?
No,
Let me
we're
see-
just gonna teleport to the cave.
I
How?
can't teleport to the cave. We'll have to drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have like a Tupperware lid or something we put on there?
Yeah, I'm not letting that in its current state go anywhere near my car.
All right. Wynn goes and hunts around and gets like an empty milk jug, and then gets a the funnel and funnels it into the milk jug. Slaps a lid on
A
that.
tool that he does know how to use.
Yeah.
And as
Okay.
he begins that process, Rex thinks about, well, we could syringe it back into the IV bags, but then lets the process play out. Just to
This-
see where it goes.
This is fine.
So now there's a blood-stained punch bowl and a
Thematically appropriate.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty on brand for us.
Okay, a jug of weird blood elixir and a blood-stained punch bowl and a shot glass and some bottles of water
Yep.
is what I'm understanding.
And
Is-
Kendall.
And Kendall.
Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to work.
Are you going to leave Marcelo at the Haven?
I mean, we should probably bring him along, right? I mean, they can see that X is gone, but Y is still here.
I don't know, is that just gonna rile them up more?
Nah, let's bring him along. If he'll come.
Why?
So-
Well,
He
it,
says.
it does kind of frame it for them. I mean, you decided to stay, and she decided to change back.
Okay.
Well, also, isn't he gonna have to take care of the ones that decide to stay?
I don't know who else will.
Yeah, I mean that's their two options. You either stay under Marcelo's guidance and don't hurt anyone, or they get changed back, or they get got. Because that's pretty much, I mean, that's it at this point. We can't just let vampires wander off that don't want to go vegetarian.
Pretty much.
Okay. With your doing the talking, they won't listen to me outright.
I'll do my best. I'm sure they're going to listen to 20-year-old frat boy.
I think the 5 of you can manage to pitch me as an authority figure. A couple of you have a presence.
You mean old me?
He's looking
Try-
between Sally and Victoria.
Travis stands a little taller, like no, like thinking that Marcelo means him, but knowing, or Rob knows he does. Travis is just like, a couple of us do, huh? Like elbow Sally.
And Rexy's standing there with this massive rail rifle and just thinking, it's not me. There's no.
Okay. Driving back to the park.
I guess.
Are we all going in one car?
No.
There's
there
7 of you.
Yeah. No way.
I'm realizing. You have 2 cars, so. Whose car does the blood go in? The blood jug.
I'll just hold on to it unless Victoria's adamant about it not going in her car.
It's fine if it's in the jug.
Okay. All right, so you pile into the cars. 1 vampire now in tow. 1 newly restored human. And make your way back to the state park into, you guys have done this before, you know where it is. Smash cut to the cave. You find yourself standing a little bit off from the cave, unless there's anything you want to do in the meantime.
Can I tune in? When we park, we'll let everyone out, and then Victoria's just gonna like go to the back of her car, like she's getting something out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and out of the trunk, and she's going to open up her mind and attune to a monster or minion.
Okay. Which one?
And one that she knew was at the warehouse.
Okay. Yeah, one of the vampires. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I imagine that's plus weird.
Yes. Would I get my +1 forward for the last move? The read a bad situation, you get +1.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Solid. 8.
Okay. So I think you can hold 1.
Yep. Okay.
And ask. So you can ask a question.
Ooh. Where's this creature right now?
Okay. You tune in. It is in the general vicinity of the cave as you kind of narrow it down. It doesn't seem like it is actually in sort of the cave, or a little bit underground. It's like a little bit outside.
Uh-huh.
Probably watching from above, standing overwatch, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit outside the cave.
Yeah. The hood goes down, and if anyone's looking, Victoria's eyes look a little silver for a moment and then they fade back. Ready?
As I'll ever be.
All right. Vamp and former vamp. Not at the very front, but visible, probably.
Who is talking, by the way?
He is.
When?
Yeah.
All right.
Again, you don't want me to talk. If I talk with this, and that's
Yep.
not helpful right now. I recognize my own limitations, okay?
No, it's fine. I've refined the pitch. I'll just cycle through what I did before.
I think a couple of you, probably Victoria, since you were a little bit sort of towards the back of the group, can just hear Kendall whispering to Marcelo, like, "Oh, real comforting."
I mean, I can help you out if you need it. Win.
Might be. I mean, yeah, it might be a little backup. Might be good. So, I mean, I went with the tough love before. We can go with that, or I can be a little bit more, welcome. Come join humanity again.
Yeah, that's good.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably don't open with the sword.
Yeah. All right. Probably gonna be a
Just
little
a thought.
antagonistic. All right. Won't do the sword. Sword's away.
Sally hides the hilt of her sword with her hair.
Probably don't just open with I'll stab you, or
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I'll be nicer this time. All right.
And emphasize they have a choice. They can go veggie, they can go human,
And then
and those are the two that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because, the third one's not going to be a problem.
the third one will be unspecified.
And as we go down the trail, Rexy's at the very back, and 5'4", 5'5", 110-pound Rexy with all decked out in tack gear, but all her moves are very like SWAT team, covering the six, watching positions and everything. So it's just this
Just
juxtaposition.
picture her going from tree to tree, like.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
have
Little
one
somersault
move-
roll
the-
to the next tree,
Yep, the moves are cool, but it's 110-pound 5'5".
We have one member of a SWAT team, and then the rest of you goobers carrying your milk jug full of weird watered down blood and a punch bowl through a forest.
When we get up towards
This game
the
is supposed to be spooky.
when we get up towards the cave, one just looks at Victoria and says, "I assume you're gonna hang back just like a little bit, like last time, or are you coming right up?"
Well, I was assuming if you needed some help, I could just nudge a few people.
Yeah. No, that might be good. Will you hold this for me then? And he unfastens the sword and hands it to her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fastens it on herself, I guess.
Looks good. All right. Trav, you coming?
Yep. Got your back.
All right.
Hashtag stop giving Victoria large, sharp things she doesn't want. You keep ending up with knives and swords. All right.
Just don't want to walk up with the sword on. And get
So
someone to be
Wynn and
nice.
Travis heading up this endeavor. I assume taking Kendall and Marcelo with you.
Yeah.
Victoria will go, she'll be right behind them, and she is going to be scanning for hostile moves that people are going to make towards us.
Okay.
Sally basically goes on guard duty for the vampire and the recently not vampire.
Okay. So Sally nearby as well.
Rexy
Rex.
on Overwatch.
Okay. I imagine somewhere in the back.
Well, as we got close, they're sixth in the line, just sort of does the Rex thing and vanishes. But right there in the underbrush.
Okay. Yeah, so three of you watching. Wynn and Travis make your way forward with Kendall and Marcelo. I'll say Victoria because you tuned in. The vampire that you connected yourself to is nearby, and I think there might be a little rustling from above, but sort of up on the ridge that is the top of the cave in some trees. I think you can kind of feel that connection, like someone's watching you.
If they look down, Victoria will make eye contact with them. I know you're there.
Okay, yeah, they see you, and now they know that you see them. So they're not making any overtly hostile moves, but have made a little bit of an effort to make themselves known. All right, so four of you, Wynn and Travis, heading this excursion, make your way to the front of the cave. What do you do?
Hello? Afternoon? Someone...
There is. You say something else?
He's just someone around to talk?
There is silence for a moment, and then I think Rex, especially, maybe Sal a little bit, since you're keeping an eye out. You hear a little bit of rustling from up above, where Victoria was looking before, and then there is a little bit of clacking on some of the stone of the cave as somebody walks forward. A younger looking woman, sort of short, kind of bobbed blonde hair, blue eyes, some sort of freckles across her nose. Not a very large or imposing figure. Kind of walks towards the front of the cave. Shoes kind of clacking on the stone and then making their way out into the dirt.
Hi.
Hello.
My name's Win. I don't know if you know who I am already.
I do.
Good. Makes this easier. What's your name?
Amelia.
Amelia. Great. Well, I'll just cut to the chase since you know who we are. I assume you recognize Kendall there. We have a cure for, well, vampirism, I guess you could say. Specifically, what all of you have.
You could say that's what it's called.
Okay. And well, I've specifically been given a task of making sure everyone here is behaving. And so we're gonna make this pretty easy. We came here to give you guys a choice. We have the cure. You can probably tell it's working. I've Kendall right there's living, breathing, beating proof of it now.
We know she's human again.
And on the other side of things, we've got Marcelo, who, from what I've heard, you're not huge fans of, but he's been getting by and been doing pretty well from what I've heard.
For like ever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Without, hurting people. And we'd really like to see all of y'all not hurt any more people. Makes it a lot easier for everyone here in town. Probably make things a lot easier for y'all too. Don't have to worry about people with swords and guns and stuff coming to hurt you. So, came here to give you a choice. We got enough cure, I think, for everyone, based on how many of you we assume there are. Or you can choose to take Marcella's night classes and figure out how to get control of your urges.
And your third option?
Those are the only two options to speak of. I don't
So
think we
like
want to
cracks your
get.
neck a little bit.
I don't think we want to get into the third option.
I'll be 372 in March.
Right.
Mazel tov.
I've heard this pitch before.
I'm sure.
I imagine the third option is put to the sword.
If you're not going to stop hurting people, then yeah. But we really don't want it to come to that.
Don't you, Fang?
No. I think enough people have died today.
Go ahead and roll to manipulate.
Can I read her?
You can certainly try.
Oh boy.
You can roll to read a person. What you got, Crowley?
It's a 7. But I think I'm going to spend a luck.
Okay.
Because I've only spent one. And we're like 20 sessions in, so gotta
You
somebody's.
guys have made it this far.
Which my luck move has changed at this point.
Okay.
So when you spend luck, something goes wrong for your sect, an ill-advised project or disastrous operation. So.
Okay. Interesting.
But I do have advanced manipulate.
Yes, because luck will give you a 12 plus.
Which
Is she just like your ally now?
I think she's my ally now.
God damn it.
Oh shit!
Why do you guys keep doing this to me? Yes, they do what you want, but also become your ally for the rest of the mystery, or if you do enough for them permanently.
Do as much as I can right now. So I think this is about to end the mystery.
We'll see. We'll get to that in a second. Victoria.
I am going to ask, what is this character really feeling?
This character is really feeling backed into a corner. I think she while not the most imposing figure, knows that you guys know about vampires and is trying her best to put on the face of I'm in charge, because she has to be. But you guys have really backed her into a corner, and she is not quite as sure of her position as she would like you to think.
Mm-hmm.
So she's on the ropes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, when that started, the conflict, Rexy's laying there and says under her breath, "Going live." Repeat, "Going live." Into her headset, realizing that no one else has a headset and or is listening.
We should get your friends some headsets.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, you make this pitch. Marcelo and Kendall and Travis there to support you. And I think you can see her thinking a little bit. And Victoria, I think you can probably read this on her more than anyone else, that she is really, like, as quickly as she can, thoughts racing, kind of like weighing her options. Fine. My people will make a choice for themselves. And if they choose to stay this way, under Marcelo, you leave them alone?
I swear.
Come in. Everyone should be inside.
Nods and look.
Everyone looks up.
She looks at you and kind of grins a little bit and whistles. And out of the trees above you, sort of on the ridge, drop 4 other humanoid figures, kind of dropping to the ground, standing up. They hop down on either side of her and walk into the cave.
Pats went on the shoulder.
Yeah, Wynn turns back as that happens to look to the others, just like gesturing them to come along, and just gives them a look like, and just panic on his face.
Victoria gives him like a, "It's okay, like, you're doing good."
Okay.
We move in.
You all make your way into the cave, Marcelo and Kendall in tow. I'm not going to have you RP individually asking like 30 vampires what they want to do.
30? We only thought 20. Shit.
They weren't all in the cave at the same time. But there's about 30 of them total with Amelia, and they seem to, for the most part, be following Amelia, kind of listening to what she is. There's a little awkwardness sort of going on. You did just kill their leader like a couple of hours ago, so transition phase. But for the most part, none of them are really overtly hostile towards any of you or Marcelo. You do have a party member who can read people's thoughts and feelings, so some of them not super keen on what's going on, but they're in the minority. And several of them just sort of trying to figure out a way out of this, because they've only been vampires for like a couple of weeks and they're still It's totally stressed. So my question to all of you then as a group is, Amelia will let you, because you did your luck and got a 12 plus and is your friend now essentially, will let you make your pitch to this group. Are you trying to sway them towards a particular option?
My opinion is swaying them towards cure.
Because you can not. You can just let them choose. But if you want to sway them a certain way, I'm going to have you roll again.
But that's up to the group, because Win won't just put himself out there if everybody's like, just let them make their own choice.
Sally's pretty hard on let them make a choice.
Here.
I mean, we could drone strike the whole area. It's not a thing.
No, not an option, Rex.
That's
All right, so that's 2 voting for cure. 1 for
One for hands off.
hands off. I assume nobody's
Yeah.
voting like, I want to convince them all to stay vampires.
I just think I'm with Sal on this one. I think if they want to be vamps, let them be vamps. But as long as the end result is nobody sneaking into houses at night and turning people, you know.
The one thing that I'll put out there is that, I mean, well, Sal, you've done a lot of good, and Marcella, you've been able to like keep it together. Marcella, how often do you see people being able to keep it together for as long as you have?
I don't think that's for me to say. If they want to, they will.
Right. The one thing I'm going to put out there, and I know this is a bit shady, but anyone who is staying a vampire and staying under your authority, Marcelo, I'm going to need their names just to be safe.
You won't be the first of your order to be keeping an eye on me. Tell Haley I said hello.
I will. All right, then I think we just, unless Rex, you're the tiebreaker, do you have a strong opinion one way or the other?
I prefer people over blood-sucking monsters. No offense, sorry.
None taken.
Sal, is it going to bother you if I make one more pitch to them just to show them the downsides of choosing to stay this way? I don't want to do this if it's just going to piss you off.
Hey, they're gonna make their own choice regardless.
All right.
Just
then.
don't like dare it. Like
I'm not going to.
That's just what I was gonna say, man. Like,
that makes people want to do drugs, man.
No,
There
you're
are
right.
some of you I'm concerned aren't even old enough to understand that reference.
All I'm going to point out is that if they decide to stay this way, that we're going to have to keep tabs on them, and they're going to have to be okay with that.
give them all the info.
All right. I guess as we're going up to all 30 of them, Wynn does make that point
Okay.
to see if it'll sway them.
All right. You make your pitch. I won't make you do it again unless you have anything specific you want to say.
Nah, it's a lot of the same.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll to manipulate.
I'm not going to spend another luck on this, guys, so I hope it's a better roll than the last one was.
You have an offer of help from
Yeah,
Travis, so we'll hold on to that.
yeah. All right. I'm assuming I'm not going to get 30 friends here, but that is a 12.
No, you don't have 30 friends. You have 30 people who don't want to immediately murder you.
Okay, good.
You have a friend, you have a potential friend in Amelia, and 29 people who are agreeing not to eat you.
Can I argue that maybe with another 12, Amelia might stay my friend for a little while longer?
Yeah, I guess. Stop adding NPCs to my game. There's enough of them.
My vampire friend and me.
Amelia the vampire. And friend. Okay. Put her on the list of people that you're gonna say you call on for help, and I'm gonna go, oh no, who is that? All right, you make your pitch. Amelia seems particularly moved. Not moved enough to not be a vampire. She's very old and is sort of in the Marcello camp. But yeah, you make your pitch. I would say, oh boy, it's rolled so good. I'm gonna say all but the oldest of them. There are about 4 of them that sort of take the side of Amelia, and we'll say so. We'll have Amelia and her posse of 4 vampires who I guess are also your friend. Put them on there because I'm saying it and it'll come up and it'll bite me in the ass because I'll forget. So yeah, about 4 of them I think take the tack of they've been doing this long enough. They think they've got it under control and they don't want to give up the perks of being a vampire. The rest of them, mostly, especially the ones that have just been turned in the last few weeks, will very willingly go back. A few of them a little hesitant, but once everybody else starts getting on board, I think the rest of them will go for it. So you've got 25 of the 30 that will convert, I guess. So you hold a vampire communion in the cave. And yeah, it's a little bit of a lengthy process, but overseeing them sort of drinking the elixir in different amounts of pain. Those who are probably the most new to being vampires, the least amount of pain. Those who have been this way for a little while, it's tough. They're in some pain. And they're in some pain for a little bit, but I imagine you stick with them through it. Kind of back that up. Okay, but yeah, it goes on probably for a couple of hours, but yeah, most of them turn back. Amelia and the other 4 sort of sticking with Marcello and kind of talking things out.
Nice job, cowboy.
Thanks. That went a lot better than I thought it would.
Me too.
All right. Well, I guess we'll figure out how to get these 25 people back home.
Yeah, and how are we gonna, the people who went missing and were presumed murdered are just like here?
Yeah. We'll talk with all them and get some sort of story together.
Join a cult.
Joined a cult. Yeah.
Quantum entanglement.
Maybe not that one, whatever that means.
It's like a hive mind, right?
That would be the cult. Quantum entanglement means they just stepped out of time for a bit and then step back. Bermuda Triangle stuff.
Maybe we go with the cult.
Mm-hmm.
And those of you that have been like this for long enough that nobody's really looking for you anymore, we'll figure something out.
My bar's hiring?
Few of them look vaguely interested.
I want all the names, and so we can contact them later to ask for help.
I get a couple new bartenders out of this.
Victoria will text Haley as this is all going on and just not give like an overview of what happened, but just say like that Wynn did a really good job, and she'll let him debrief, but it was pretty impressive.
Okay.
Rex volunteers to do the information thing, getting like fingerprint scans and photos.
Of the 5, right?
Yeah,
There's only- yeah.
whoever we need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 5 of them, one being Amelia. Yeah, I guess of the Cedar Grove 5. And you guys already have Marcelo's information, but I don't know that you're overly concerned about him. He seems optimistic about the whole thing, and is Amelia seems to be going along with it. For now, no one's being super hostile or anything. So yeah, they let you scan their fingerprints and take their picture, and Marcelo just kind of says, hopefully this is a short-term arrangement.
All right. Well, I think it's like 4:15. Don't you got to get to the thing?
Oh, you're muted.
I do. Are you gonna get a bus or something for all these people, or?
Uber bus.
Yeah.
Rex starts Ubering.
I'll wait here and help with them. Help Rex. Probably might be something that the Fangs can do to help out.
Well, I'll stick around. Wait,
Anybody else
things are
need-
coming?
No, I won't bring him here. I meant like once I go and report in.
Okay. Then I'll stay.
Anyone need a ride back?
I think you're the only one going.
All right.
I can walk you to your car in case you're worried about more vampires in the woods.
I think I'll be all right, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
She walks back and goes to cheer practice. Woo!
All right, Victoria leaves to go to cheer practice. The rest of you overseeing the former vampires getting in their various Ubers and going.
I literally ordered
Home?
a bus. I literally ordered
Yes,
like a
okay.
bus.
A bus. They get in the Uber bus and go home. I guess the 5 hanging with Marcelo. He will take them somewhere, probably also home. They have a lot of working out logistics to do, so they'll do that.
And cleaning.
Yeah. Yeah, some cleanup as well. So yeah, they do that. You guys, we'll decide what you're gonna do in a few minutes, because we're gonna go ahead and take a break there at what I think is the end of this mystery. Hang on to that one for when you get XPs later. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. Also, thanks to our new subscribers that are hanging out in chat. That's really cool and nice, and we really appreciate you, and we're glad you're here. Yeah, we'll be back in a very short few minutes to see what happens next, and maybe go to cheer practice. Who knows? Woo. And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us during our break. We are here and with you and ready to play some more Monster of the Week. So, some of you have very defined places that you're going. Victoria, you're going to cheer practice this afternoon. What are the rest of you doing? At least one of you has a job.
Yeah, I probably have to check in on that.
Should probably go back to the bar at some point.
Place anyway. So.
Okay. Is anyone wanting to do anything specific when you have this moment of downtime?
I just like the image of Rexy riding around in the bus with everyone and like making stops and have a nice new life. Sorry about the cult thing. Have a nice life. Sorry about the cult thing.
Okay.
Like as if we drop everyone off at their house.
You're like the apologetic cult leader, like, my bad.
I
Bring them
know,
back
I
to you.
know.
Sorry about that. take your family now.
I don't know what else to do because the image was in my head.
That's
The
wonderful.
apologetic cult leader.
Yeah, Rex spends the afternoon riding around on a bus with a bunch of former vampires, wishing them well. Truly, truly incredible
I actually think Win
content.
probably helps Rex with that for most of the
Okay.
afternoon.
All right.
Because he's friends with all these people now, and
I imagine so. I mean, some of them you probably vaguely know from school.
yeah.
So
I remember you disappearing like halfway through our math class last semester. I didn't know it was a vampire thing. Sorry.
it's just Chuck.
Oh, God. No, I would have known if Chuck had gone.
Chuck's back.
Just kidding. Chuck's
Also,
not in that
there's
much
no
trouble.
character named Chuck. We
Yes,
keep
there
talking.
is.
It's
No,
not Chuck,
there
though.
is.
Bad.
We talked
This is
about
the
this.
Mandela
No,
effect.
the
I
actual-
think there was actually a Chuck. Wasn't there a Chuck?
No, we kept calling him Chad. The actual character's name is
No,
Chuck.
that's right.
because
It is Chuck.
Don't cheat.
It's Chuck
I
and
checked.
Chase. That's right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we
It's
kept
Chad that
calling
we
both
keep
of them
getting
Chad.
wrong.
There is no Chad. Only Chuck.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's a Chuck and a Chase.
Philosophical nightmare. There is no chance.
But Win helps Rex with that and then goes to report in to Haley and also apologize for missing all of his classes.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have a brief conversation. I guess at the library.
Sure.
Where she's probably at work like a normal person. Not that she's normal. She carries around a sword and does magic, but you know. She does both. She also goes to work. So, yeah. Is there anything specific you want to make sure that she knows?
Just killed one vampire, cured 25. The other 5, I have their names and fingerprints and pictures and all that sort of stuff, and they promise not to hurt anybody anymore.
I think she looks impressed is not the right word. She looks a little proud. And she says, "So, names and fingerprints.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna hand them over."
I think I have them in an email or something. Rex said they were sending them to me.
Right. Yeah, I was warned ahead of time that you did a pretty good job.
What did Rex text you to?
No. Just, mysteries, magic.
Who told you?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Fine. All right. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on, so unless you need me to debrief tonight, then I'll see you at our workout tomorrow.
Right. I'll call you if I need you.
All right.
Victoria finally gets a text back. It's just a thumbs up.
Solid.
All right. Yeah. Sally goes to work. Guys babysit some vampires. I assume Travis chills out for a lot of this. Probably takes a nap, eats some snacks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's taking a staycation after some vampire shenanigans.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out at the Haven.
That's fair. You guys know where to find Travis if you need him. He's probably watching Netflix. Maybe having some hot dogs, because that's the thing today. Yeah, Victoria goes to cheer practice. I would love to hear a little bit about what that is like for her.
She's not a captain of the cheer squad, but she definitely acts like it. They're practicing for like halftime stuff. And she has kind of pushed them into doing more difficult things like stunts and tosses and, so she's practicing doing lifts at the moment.
Okay. All right, and you have your standard man. I wrote his name down and I already forgot it. What's his name? Rich,
My base?
who is your base?
Yeah.
Who I imagine goes along with all of this quite enthusiastically.
Oh yeah.
So the two of you pushing the squad.
And oh, there's a lot of the members are part of her sorority, but not all of them. So
Okay. Yeah, you have a pretty standard practice in which about halfway through, you and Rich just kind of take over from the captains of the team.
Mhm.
As you're reaching the end of your practice, taking a little bit of a break, probably checking your phone at some point, which I imagine is something you do a lot. You have a missed call from your dad.
Oh boy.
And a voicemail because he's a dad.
Listen to it.
All right, you listen to the voicemail. It is brief and businesslike as always. Your dad addressing you, saying he is just checking in, making sure everything is still going all right. Oh, and by the way, your grandfather has decided he's going to fly down and visit for the weekend.
She kind of like puts her phone down and like kind of like smiles to herself. She will text him back because she's in the middle of something. And she'll just say, I'll fill out a report. Everything's been resolved. When is he going to be in town? Question mark.
Does anyone remember what day it is?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
One of you always knows, and I'm always so proud of you. He is
I
flying
have to
in.
keep track for cheer practice.
I did this for All Myths Are True, and I need to do it for this game too, where I put a handout in the Roll20 that was just like, this is the day, and just keep updating it. I'm gonna do that. Somebody remind me to do that. Because I never know what day or time it is. Because I can just make it up. So yeah, he is flying in tomorrow evening and is staying through the weekend.
He's staying at the at their house.
Yes.
Would she want me to be there when he arrives? I think she would want to be there when he arrives.
Yeah, I think that's left up to her. I mean, I think you are going to be expected at least probably sometime like on Saturday for family dinner.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that far. It's about a half an hour, I think we determined from. And she hasn't been home in a long time.
Yep. So you're just nonchalantly notified that Grandpa's coming to town.
Yeah. She'll inform him that she'll be there to greet him and then head back that night.
Okay. So you're gonna be home all weekend?
No. Well, no.
No.
She'll go down on Thursday night to greet her grandfather, like maybe go out for a drink if he wants to, and then head back to school for Friday classes. She doesn't have Friday class. And then come back on Saturday for a visit.
Okay. What's your grandpa like?
Oh, he's just a sweet old man. He's not Southern because he's from the North, but he's very Italian and wants people to eat all the time. He is one of those grandpa. He's a grandpa, but like a grandma. Like he has candy in his briefcase constantly, and he just like moms everyone in a very loving way.
It's very doting.
Yes,
I imagine, especially on his granddaughter.
His only granddaughter.
His only granddaughter. Yeah, I want to very briefly have a scene with you and your grandpa after he arrives. He's not getting a northern or an Italian accent because I'm bad at both of them.
It's fine.
So I'm just saying that for the stream. I can do a lot of them. nobody's perfect.
I do have a question though. Does her father say anything when she arrives? Because when she is at home, when she is around her dad, her emotions and everything is just cut off.
I think you have some like stilted conversation with him because I think Victoria knows that he is. When you have these conversations about like how's it going and how is school and how is your last whatever it was you were getting up to regarding this vision that you've had, he I think probably does try to bait her.
Yep.
A little bit at least, trying to get a read on her, but you're used to that, so you have some sort of like stilted conversation in which he tries to get some emotions out of you, and at this point I don't think he gets a whole lot.
No, thank you.
All right. Family drama. But yeah, you go with him. I guess you have this conversation probably on the way to the airport.
Sure.
And you go and pick up your wonderful, lovely grandpa, who is so excited to see you and just very old and but spry and making his way through the airport with his rolling suitcase. Take him back to your parents' house, and I think after a little bit he sends in his very kind but commanding sort of way, where everyone just kind of does what he says, sort of sends your parents off to do something so he can just speak to you, and he says, "My dear, how are you doing?"
I'm doing great. No, it's been a challenging year, but cheers. Gonna wrap up here soon, and I guess after that it's just classes.
Now, I've sent your father far enough away. You can tell me.
Oh, I had this vision about. I'm sure you read the paperwork about the vampires, and I actually helped deal with that from a distance, of course. But that was really weird. I don't know if I want to do that again, but it seemed like it was helpful. We helped a lot of people.
That's very nice, dear. That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about.
All right.
Now, you getting involved in all this business, we have to be wary of the hunters.
Yeah.
I think you should continue on this path.
Is that like a grandpa thing, or is that like a family thing?
Now, can't it be both, Victoria?
I mean, I guess they are intertwined.
I've had visions of you lately.
Yeah?
Doing this work.
Okay.
It's, complicated.
Yeah.
But you're young and looking for a path to follow. I think it should be this one. Don't tell your father I said that.
Of course not. I thought my path was pretty predetermined by the fates. At least that's what I've been told.
The fates are, well, fickle old women. But the fates change.
All right. It's just going to be difficult trying to keep what I know and what I can do away from them if I get too close,
These hunters, do you trust them?
And he can feel that she is very back and forth on this. She's kind of going through a checklist in her head of things that she trusts and things that she doesn't. I mean, I trust their intentions, and I believe that I could trust them eventually if they get their shit together.
A little conflict is good for you, keeps you on your toes. But you would hunt with them?
Yeah. I mean, you know Win, Crowley.
Oh, yes, the Crowley boy.
Yeah, he's in that group. So he, wait, why did you say it like that?
Sorry?
Yeah, so he's kind of part of the group. So he, he's part of the order and all that. So it's kind of,
Fangs of the Beast.
yeah,
Curious bunch. A good
Yeah.
boy.
I think so.
I think they are on your path, these hunters.
Okay. If I'm going to be working with them, would they be able to know about the family? Or at least about me?
I think they'll have to, Victoria.
All right, but you're going to have to tell Dad that that's okay.
You don't worry about your father.
I constantly worry about my father.
Well, he is a source of stress for me.
We are lacking that regard.
I'll worry about him. You worry about you.
All right. Is this why you came down here?
It's always a pleasure to see my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know I come to see you.
She's very excited by that. Yeah.
Oh, and I've brought you something.
Oh!
Goes into his bag. I imagine he just brings you random gifts that he finds.
Yes.
Like, this made me think of you. What would it be?
Oh boy. Probably some sort of maybe an outfit
Okay.
or a purse or something.
It's some very nice sort of outfit with a matching boots and bag, and probably very expensive.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Now, I
no-
thought you would like this. If you already have the boots in this color, just tell me, I'll get the other ones.
you know I don't. This is gorgeous.
You're my favorite granddaughter, you know.
Grandpa, I'm your only granddaughter, but I appreciate the gesture.
No, don't. If I say that in public, don't tell people that. It ruins the niceness.
Of course.
It's good to see you doing well.
Thanks. It's good to see you.
I see you've left out the doing well part. Am I getting that old?
No. It's just,
I can read your mind, you know.
Yeah, well, you need a haircut is all I'm saying.
We'll go tomorrow.
All right.
You take me to that nice stylist of yours. I liked her very much.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you did. We're going to try to not be so grabby this time, okay?
And he laughs. Hang out and have some small talk with Nono, and then I imagine escape
Yes.
from your family at some point
Yes.
and make your way back to Cedar Grove until family dinner. Anything else you want to talk to them about?
Sure don't. I'll probably talk to my mom about cheer more. But just like how the squad's doing and how she's whipping them into shape and stuff. Planning on a big halftime show.
I imagine she's very proud.
Oh yes, I'm sure. She's a big-haired Southern woman, and that is what she lives for.
Ooh, those Southern moms. I have one myself. All right.
She'll text Win after
Okay.
that conversation before she, like, probably when she gets home, and is just like, so when is the next group meeting?
Well, we don't really schedule those. It's about the next time a body shows up.
Let me know.
But you're welcome to come hang out at the cave now that you know about it.
I might do that. There's no hesitation in the text, but when she texts it, there's hesitation. Let me know when you want to deal with that hand thing too.
I'll probably be heading down Saturday morning.
I got dinner plans, but I can help for a bit.
And then it's just arranging the time and the place they meet up, and that doesn't need to be specified.
All right. Make plans to do some research probably on Saturday. All of a sudden, you guys are spending a lot of time doing research. It's like you're playing a game
Right.
that has a move that's called investigate or something. All right. Yeah, so I do want to get to this. When? Oh, not the same evening. It was Wednesday. So Thursday evening, Victoria is away. So you won't be hanging out with her. Your phone rings. It's about 7 Thursday night. Your phone rings and it's Haley.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you busy?
No, not right now. Just trying to catch up on some work I missed on Wednesday.
Right. You gonna take a break?
Yes, ma'am.
I like that. Come over. We're having drinks, and your friend with you,
Which one?
the hot one,
Which one?
blonde, leather jacket.
Sal?
That one.
Right.
Around.
She may be. You want me to bring Sal with me?
Yeah, I do. Half an hour. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to take some convincing. Can you tell me what this is about? Because I'm probably going to have to tell her.
That's an order. What do you want me to say?
All right, but and I'll be there, but I can't really tell her that's an order.
You can tell her I called her the hot one. Will that work?
50-50. I'll go to shot.
Work your magic. Show up. I'll take the warding down.
At the church?
No, my place.
Right, okay. I assume Wynn knows where that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been there before.
Okay. Hangs up, calls Sal.
Sally, you get a phone call.
7 o'clock on a Thursday. Okay, I'm gonna assume she took the day off. Okay. Yeah, what?
Hey, are you working?
Nah, I'm on the couch and Netflix. What's up?
Cool. I have someone wants to meet you.
Someone. What?
You know, all right, I'll just come up straight about this. Haley, the one that came to help Trav. You remember?
Really long pause.
The British one.
What does she want?
I'm not sure. She says she's having drinks at her place, and she wants me there, and she wanted you to come along. Referred to you as the hot one, so I honestly don't know if this is business or something else. But honestly, if I'm being used as matchmaker right now, I need to really rethink my life choices.
Any other fangers gonna be there?
She wouldn't tell me anything else.
May I arm myself?
I don't see why not. But honestly, if this was about that, they'd probably be at your door right now.
Hot one, huh?
Yeah.
I'm more curious than anything else. All right, fine.
If it gets her off my back.
You owe me.
Okay. Sure.
Where am I meeting you?
Well, right now I'm assuming probably at the cave right now. And I probably need a ride, so you want to just come pick me up?
You can sit on the little seat in the back, sure.
That's fine. It's better than walking.
All right.
Or I can just try teleporting there, and I've never tried it before I
I'll
put a
see
rune
you in
down.
10
but-
minutes.
All right.
Yeah. She does not say goodbye. She hangs up.
Okay.
Hangs up. I said this in chat, but I'm going to be honest. I really didn't expect you to just go, oh, okay. I was ready. And you just agreed to this. Okay, so you get ready. I don't know what you guys do.
Sally
Prepare
brushes
for
her
this.
hair.
Wind brushes his hair.
We know. Okay, you both brush your hair.
Wind takes a
And
shot
Sally.
before leaving because he's just does not know what to expect and is really worried. So,
That's my favorite personality trait of Wynn's.
what he
Is
drinks when he's
confusion.
stressed? Yeah.
Is when he's just confused. Yeah, so you both brush your hair, get arm up, I guess. Sally, what do you bring with you?
She won't bring the sword. It seems like not polite. She'll grab an unopened bottle of scotch. Because it seems like that's what you do when you go over someone's house. You bring like a gift or something. And flowers suck. And yeah, she'll put it in her side bag and go pick up Wynn.
All right, so
So
you
jacket full of blades though. Like, 4 on each side. So
jacket full of blades and a bottle of scotch. You head over, pick up Wynn, and make your way over Wynn to Haley's apartment. Make your way up the stairs. I imagine she lives on the 3rd floor. She seems like the kind of person who would refuse to live on the 1st floor for safety reasons. And what? Do you just knock or?
I mean, unless he has a key, I imagine not. So he just knocks.
Yeah, I don't know that your relationship with her is at that stage yet.
I meant more so for the practical purposes if he's going over there, if she's got like a panic room or something in her apartment. But no.
No, I don't think she would give you a key to her apartment. dude.
Then he does the secret
That's
knock.
cool of you to ask, though. All right, you have a secret knock, I guess. You can tell me more about what that sounds like later. But Sally seems like she's giving you a weird look.
What is
I'm
the
not
thing?
going to ask. Do y'all have a secret handshake too?
Only sometimes. Haley, you in there?
After a second, you hear the click of a lock and then the click of about 6 more locks. And the door opens and you see Haley looking like she always does. Glasses, big blonde bun on top of her head. You came.
You ordered.
I wasn't talking to you.
Hard
Right.
bag. Tenure. Here. It's pretty good. It's nice and boggy.
Nice. Thanks. She takes it and opens the door, lets you both inside a modest apartment, sort of living area, kitchen in the back, hallway probably leading to a bedroom off to one side. Well, sit down. Make yourself home.
Should I stay, or is
Sally-
this all you needed me for?
Sit down, Crowley.
All right.
sits on like the edge of like an armrest, like not in an all the way into a chair. Just sort of like sits on a leg on an armrest.
Wynn sits
Ready
down
to
and
go.
kicks his feet up on the coffee table.
She takes a bottle of scotch, sort of sets it up on the counter. Should have cracked this open now. Got other stuff too. Whiskey,
yours.
wine, beer, and if you're feeling really frisky, probably some O positive. So,
Not really my thing. The Ardbeg's fine.
right. You want to watch me pour it?
I trust you.
Win? Scotch?
Beer's probably fine.
Right.
Sally is gonna watch her pour it.
You watch for it. She pulls out two scotch glasses, sort of cracks open the bottle, very visible in front of you, pours two glasses, and then pulls probably a PBR out of the fridge. Hand it to Win. All right. And passes a glass across to you. Cheers.
Sure. Why not? Still watches her drink it first, even though it's the bottle that she brought. She doesn't care. Magic's weird, man.
She's watching you watch her, and kind of laughs and then takes a sip of it. Nothing in it. I don't keep holy water in the kitchen.
So what's up, Haley?
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Alright. I appreciate you coming. Couldn't mention it over the phone for various reasons, but there's something going on, and I think the two of you should know about it.
All right.
What do you mean?
When you came in the other day, talked to Father Donovan about some history with the Order.
Yeah.
You know, the Chimera rings a bell for you.
Yeah.
He said everything was fine and that he wasn't super worried about looking for whatever demon or creature it was they were hunting before, because she was off the grid, and I don't think he was lying at the time, but he's put the two of you under surveillance. And I felt like shit not saying anything.
Okay.
What kind of surveillance?
This kind. Mostly. He asked me to watch you.
And what are you watching for?
I don't know. I'm supposed to keep an eye on your relationship.
We're banging. All the time. Make sure to tell him that.
Right. Like Crowley could get you.
Fair.
I'm joking.
He just like finishes off the PBR.
There's more in the fridge, but
He
only
gets up to
getting
go
you
get
one.
another. He gets up to go get another.
Anyway, he asked me to watch the two of you, and felt like shit not saying anything. Mostly, I imagine because it would be weird to ask any of the other fangs to spend more time with you. Here I am. Sorry about the weird phone call.
Right. So is there like a expiration date on the surveillance, or is it just until further orders?
Till further orders.
How high up does this go?
Don't know. Father D told me. I was imagining it came from him, unless you think it came from somewhere else.
I don't know, but I was heading home on Saturday. It's going to be a real awkward conversation with my mom.
You think she has something to do with it?
I don't know. I didn't know if she had anything to do with the whole fucking chimera thing. Thought it was just
Who's your mom?
You don't know.
She is sort of in charge of the Fangs,
Head
like
Fang, that one.
internationally.
Are you shitting me?
But from what I know, Donovan was under her command when all that went down, right? But the
I've been
document
going
didn't.
through some of his files.
And
I mean, it seems that way, but the operation was mostly under him.
right.
Your mom didn't give the order or anything, but she knows. She knows what happened. And, mitigated a lot of the damage.
Does she know anything about this, like, supposed whatever sent them after me?
I have to ask her. Though I don't imagine she'd tell you.
Maybe she'll tell her baby boy. When?
Yeah, right. She doesn't really tell me much either.
Have you asked?
She doesn't tell most of us anything.
I
I
mean,
imagine she tells you less than most.
right. You can gauge from my surprise when you came to me with all this that no. My mom taught me everything that I know, but she didn't really tell me much about the order until I was initiated. That was like a month ago.
Right.
But
So some fingers are gonna be watching my apartment and my job and being around you and on my phone.
Well, to be fair, just the one. Nobody else knows.
how much
I'm
are you
allowed
gonna tell?
to bring in whatever team I want to do this. It can be none.
I mean, there's no reason to bring anybody else in. We've just been helping people. I've hurt more people than Sal has in the last 3 months.
I know that. That's why you're here in my apartment having drinks.
I'm sorry, Sal.
You don't know me, but for what it's worth, so am I.
Well, hopefully you both get sorry enough to fucking do something about it. Because obviously with, vamps popping up all over the place and everything else we've been dealing with over the past couple months, maybe you should spend your time dealing with that than, tapping my phone.
Well, I guess we'll just stay on our best behavior until then, and I'll go talk to my mom about it this weekend, see what she says.
I'd be very careful with that.
Right.
If Father Donovan finds out I've said anything, it's my ass on the line. Not
You're right.
yours.
I won't ask her about it directly.
Thanks for the heads up.
You're welcome. Can I ask a favor? You can say no. I went through Father D's files, read the reports. The chimera and everything. It's not the whole story, is it?
How do you mean?
I mean, I've seen the pictures. I know you were there. I know who you are, what you are. What happened? You don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
Told Hex here the same thing. I was on a mission. While I went after my target, y'all targeted me. Apparently off of some prophecy or some shit. You wrecked my crew. I wrecked yours.
Fair enough. I have some thoughts about that, if you want to hear them.
I'm all ears.
I think she gets up and goes and gets the bottle of scotch and kind of just like sets it down on the coffee table in between everybody. The Chimera, well, what was formerly the Chimera, that incident. I've been going through the files and I don't know if it helps, but I found some survivors. Well, there were survivors from the family who runs the place. They were the ones that reopened it. And one there wasn't. I don't know if it's important to you, but if you want to look into it, this prophecy, whatever. I got a name. I tried to scry him. I know he's still alive. Can't get a location, but
What's the name?
his name's Daniel. Daniel Elliott. Don't know if he's still local to New Orleans, but he was there. And he's still here.
Is he a creature?
Can't tell. Looked human. Everything I've seen of him seems human. Not that there weren't humans, for your purposes, hanging out in there, witches, magi, that kind of thing. But he got out. If you can find him, might give you some answers. Consider it a gesture of goodwill.
You said the family survived too? Reopen the place?
A couple of them, yeah. The sadists.
Oh, well, they're a hardy
Well,
bunch.
They call it something else now, but club's still there.
It's worth looking into. Thanks.
Figured it was the least I can do if I'm going to be spying on you.
Bathroom's off limits.
I'm not a perv, okay?
Just saying. Well, yeah, excuse me. I've got to take a couple days off work. Thanks for the drink.
Anytime. I'm going to be seeing more of each other, so... hope
You'll
you
be
got
seeing more of
scotch.
me at least.
We could make this civil, you know.
I'm listening.
I don't know. What do you like to do for fun?
Fight.
Crowley's still training with me. Maybe he'll bring you along.
Nah,
Sure.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
Love to.
Right. See you tomorrow.
Hey, do you need anything else from me? Because she's kind of my
No,
rep.
you stay. For a moment.
Okay. I'll get a lift.
Can I teleport?
Yeah, actually, that's easy. Okay.
Sal takes off.
Like, every day is the first day with this guy. Well, thanks for humoring me. Again, sorry about the weird phone call, but I never know if he's listening to my phone, so I try to say stuff that will make him not want to listen.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's true. Just
Okay. What do I need to do?
sit down and have a drink and talk to me.
All right. Doing that.
Not in order.
Okay. I don't know. What do you want? I don't know what to say right now. Because I'm not sure how much this you're about to just kick back to Donovan. You know, plausible deniability and all that.
I think we're kind of past that. Listen, if you didn't have to be involved in this, I wouldn't have you involved in this. But I'm supposed to be watching both of you. This really sucks.
Yeah, not how I imagined my first month on the job. Is it always like this?
Sometimes. Sometimes it feels really good. And sometimes it's really shit. Listen, Father D and me both sort of put you through the ringer the last week. Are you okay?
I don't know.
It's okay if the answer's no.
No, not really. I got some stuff coming. It's a long time coming that I got to deal with this weekend. I'm really not looking forward to it.
Is it your mark thing?
Yeah. And I've been avoiding this for 4 years now because I didn't want to know what the answer was. I'm worried when I'm going to find out.
Well, I imagine you've got all the help you need, but if you need an outside eye, you know where to find me.
I guess just behind me if you're going to be, watching me. So,
You never know.
yeah, right now, Victoria's planning on helping me.
Good.
And Well, I'll see if I need anyone else.
No. I guess call me if you do. Good at reading books at this point. You really look like you're struggling.
Yeah, well, I thought it'd be easy to kill some vampires, get the job done, pat on the back, move on to the next one.
You had what, 30 vampires and you killed one?
Yeah, so, you know, that's something. Sure, they're probably not too happy about that either.
It's complicated. His life is complicated.
Yeah.
I'm not that much older than you, but I've been doing it a lot longer. It's always going to be like this. Some of it's going to be really easy and straightforward, and some of it's going to be trying to convince some vampires that you need to kill them, make them human again. They like you to believe that it's all just swinging a sword and killing and being done with it, sleeping like a baby at the end of the day, but even if the answer is just killing, it's not that easy.
Question for you. When you started out, did you ever work with anyone like I am?
What, like a team, like hunters? Yeah, for a bit.
Guessing they didn't stick around.
No. No, they didn't. It's 3 of them. One of them's still with us, so retired.
I'm assuming the others didn't make it.
Very few of us live long enough to retire. I'm old as far as we go.
So that's the gig then. Work with somebody and watch them die.
Doesn't have to be. You play it smart, you play it right, and you know what you're doing. It doesn't have to be. We were hard on you this past week, and that's why. I'm sure you can ask your friend Sal the same question.
All right. Can I just hang out and have a few more drinks before I go? Just not talking about work.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave you with this, I guess. What we do is really hard. Explaining what we do to people who don't do it is harder. So if you're having a hard time and you want to talk, doors open.
Thanks, Haley.
You want to watch something?
Sure. I haven't watched TV in feels like weeks. So I don't even know what's on now.
Bachelor's on tonight. You'll hate it. Let's watch it.
Great. He gets a glass to pour himself some of the scotch, even though he doesn't like it.
It's okay. Alright, you hang out for a while, drink, and watch shitty reality TV. And probably hate it. And try to relax a little bit. Anything else anybody wants to get up to that
So-
evening.
Sal immediately jumps on her bike, heads over to the bar to let them know that she has to not be there for a while, and then immediately texts Rexy, meet me at Abby's Haven in 10 minutes.
AK.
And then texts Travis, hey, coming over with Rexy. I need books. I need a lot of books. You want to help?
Yeah. What kind of books?
Demonology, prophecies.
Oh, spooky.
We'll see. See you in
What
10.
is this like your version of 23andMe?
LMAO. I wish. See you in 10.
Yeah.
All right, you all meet up at the Haven. What are you getting up to? Three of you.
All right, Rexy, I got a favor. I need you to look on somebody. Daniel Elliott. Last I know, they'd been in the New Orleans area about 10 years ago. Might still be there. Best I got. Possibly injuries, hospital stuff. Anything you can get. And Slips, you and I are on book duty. All the demonology you can find. I mean, this just feels like a vanity Google search or something, but I need you to find stuff about me or my mom.
All right. Is it not stuff you could just tell us, or?
Stuff that I don't know?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. The kid has a whole section of this shit. I'll start looking around.
Cool. I guess I'll help you with that. Book time!
Book time. I would love for you guys to roll to investigate a mystery.
Six.
Wowee. The 5.
Oh, we're the best around. Cool.
It's actually perfect, really. I hate to say, it really is.
makes a lot of sense.
You know, you guys probably don't need the reminder, but reminder that you mark XP for failing rolls.
Yeah.
6 and a 5. Rex got an 8 though.
Hey.
You can ask a question. Any question your heart desires. What are you looking for?
Sal, what do you
Oh,
need?
no.
I mean, what was the focus?
Find this guy so I can track him down and actually like physically talk to him.
There it is.
All right, looking for a Daniel Elliott. Rex, you dive into this, try to pinpoint people named Daniel Elliott who are living in the area around the time that Sally specifies. I assume the very specific time of the event at the Chimera. You find him. Daniel Elliott moved to Savannah, Georgia 4 years ago, which is very close to you guys. You sort of dive back past the date that Sally gave you. He was living in New Orleans until about 4 years ago, and about 3 years before that, he didn't exist.
And quick, flip it over to Sal.
What does that mean? He didn't.
No footprint, no fingerprint beyond that. I mean, you can push things at some other point and look at it at a different angle. Come at it.
So that either means he, what did you call it? Quantum entanglement. Either he like walked out of time, or what?
Just mean
Change the name?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I
like,
think
like
it's
you've done.
Yeah, I think it's more likely that it's an alias.
Okay.
The guy ghosted himself.
Now, you haven't said anything about being followed or phones being traced or any of that. Okay, so then Rexy did indeed zip you that info.
Cool.
All right. Have that information. You can decide what to do with it moving forward. And we'll talk about that next time because very quickly, there were some other investigations that were going to be happening this weekend. Win in Victoria.
Yeah, I don't
What's
know
the
if
plan?
are we riding up together or is Win meeting you in Savannah?
I'm sorry, where are we going? Oh, to your parents' house?
Mm-hmm.
She could drive you.
Okay.
I think she would let him know that my grandpa's in town.
Grandpa, I assume from your dad's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do I need to wear some tinfoil or something? Or
That would not help.
rat?
He's way more powerful than I am, and my father.
Great. Can't wait to meet him.
Oh,
I'm not meeting
no,
him, right?
No, absolutely
Cool.
not.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't need him digging around in your head and seeing anything.
Well, if he's like can see the future like you, I mean, does he need to dig around in my head to see stuff like that?
No, probably not.
So what's the likelihood that he already knows?
Oh, very much so. He kind of alluded to it when we talked.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, let's go do this to my family who are not psychics. Great.
With that knowledge, when you go to your parents' house,
Yep.
what are you guys up to? What are you looking for?
Win has in his room, which is the upstairs attic. There wouldn't be any other kind of attic. Is the attic of the house.
The downstairs attic. It's very secret.
He has a whole collection of books, essentially like a small library up there from books that his mom has given him over the years on magic and things like that. And he is rooting around in there for a specific book, a journal that he translated or like de-encrypted back in high school. That was a grandfather, or his great 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 grandfather's journal, Aleister Crowley's, that he originally used to cast the spell.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to dig that out. Imagine you know where you left it.
Yeah, I think it's actually it is tucked behind the books, like on like the top shelf, and so he has to like pulls them down and pulls that one out. And then there are a few other a few other books that he has to use that he originally like referred to for the translations when he figured out the encryption.
Okay. Yeah, so you pull all that stuff out.
Just sort of like lays out on the floor and looks up at Victoria. I assume we've avoided having to see my parents at this point. Just says,
They're out to dinner.
cool.
For Italian.
Yep.
This is everything. The journals where the spell came from. The books are what I used. I figured out the encryption pattern came from a few different translations of the Necronomicon, and so I was able to trace that through a couple of different books.
Did you say
And
the Necronomicon?
yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Not like the one from Evil Dead.
No, that's the movie, right?
Well, there's a musical too. It's pretty good.
No, no, it's actually like it's Greek. Anyway, it's a long story, but yeah. So he translated it and used those to like encrypt his notes.
Yeah.
So I was able to figure out some of it. I never translated the whole thing, but I figured out this spell, and that's the one I cast when I was initially when I did my first initiation into the order.
Right.
And when my dad got hurt. So
Right. Well, do you want to look back and see what you did?
sure, if you think that might help.
I mean, yeah, then we can cross reference and make sure that everything was done properly, and if it was, then we can see what went wrong differently. The translation or something was wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, let's try that then. He like roots around his desk and pulls out some of his like spare casting implements, like crystals and candles and things like that. Sets up for trying to observe another time or place.
Okay. Yeah. Real quick, go ahead and roll to use magic.
Roll 20.
I roll a 13.
Okay. You do what you set out to do. Have you advanced to use magic?
Yep.
Oh gosh, you guys are
Which
gonna
just
make me
means I get
actually,
an
like, look at the moves today.
I get some like extra benefit on top of whatever happens.
Sure. Okay. So you're trying to observe yourself
4 years ago.
initially casting the spell 4 years ago. All right. So you set up and taking Victoria with you, I imagine. You observe another time and place, specifically 4 years ago here, in which you cast the luck spell on yourself in the first place. You both can see, I imagine, Victoria especially sort of keeping an eye out for anything that he did wrong. It looks perfect. The incantation is correct. The setup is correct. There is absolutely no reason why there would be something happening that the spell did not intend to happen. When, as you are sort of observing yourself in another time and place, you can see, and also Victoria, you can see this too, with your magic eyes. As Past Wind casts this spell, and the mark for the first time appears very briefly on the back of his hand, standing just over his shoulder, unknown to him at the time 4 years ago, but seen now. You see a figure, dark black, sort of shadowy, a little wobbly around the edges, very large, broad shoulders, muscle bound. Because Victoria, you've seen it once before in the footage from Sal's apartment when the message appeared on her wall.
Oh, boy.
Just briefly standing over Past Wind, putting a shadowy hand on his shoulder as the mark appears on the back of his hand for the first time, taking it off, and then slowly disappearing.
Victoria's nails are grasping into your hand.
Ow, 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 ow.
Sorry.
What the fuck was that?
That was the thing that I saw at Sal's house.
What?
On the monitor?
Yeah.
That was it. That was the thing.
What? What?
Is it a ghost? I mean,
You're starting to get the impression that it's not a ghost.
something or someone is manipulating fates.
And decided to fuck with me and then fuck with Sal 4 years later.
And who knows what else?
But the thing gave Sal a warning to like help her.
I didn't say they were manipulating them in a bad way, just pushing things in the direction they want to go.
So whoever this is responsible for every bad thing that came out of me casting that fucking spell.
I mean, it looked like you did everything right. That's all I can think.
Fuck. We gotta find it. Like, today, like now.
How are you supposing we do that? Where do you want to start?
I don't know. I'm just gonna. He just like goes to the bookshelf and just starts pulling down books and like looking through them and trying to find anything.
I mean, I could try something. It might not be a good idea, but I can try something.
Well, I'm all ears, Vic.
Just make sure I don't die. She's gonna sit down on the ground and cross her legs. She's gonna attempt to tune into this creature.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Roll those dice.
Okay. 7.
Okay, what happens to you on a partial success?
Hold 1.
Okay. Yep. Ask you a question.
Boy.
I mean, any question, really.
Right, yeah.
Could be anything.
I guess my question would be, what is this thing? And you can visualize it how you want, because she's probably like trying to find their mind. And her eyes are just glowing bright silver, and it's just like letting off a little light into the room.
Okay. Do you imagine when she does this that she mostly just gets like images?
Yeah, I kind of pictured it as like spirit walking, I guess is a good way to put it. Like,
Okay.
her astral form is kind of brought out of her body, and she's trying to find this thing and connect into its head a little bit.
Okay. Like less that she gets images in her own head and more that she is like physically out looking for
Yeah.
them. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so you sit down, sort of focus in and project yourself out in your pseudo astral form, looking around, trying to latch onto whatever this presence is. And I think having seen it and as you're out looking for it, you can feel just a little bit of a like similar presence emanating from Wynn. And so you reach out, and Wynn, you don't feel this, but Victoria in this form kind of put an astral hand on his shoulder very briefly and use that to tune in, and then just for a second, right behind him, you see this silhouette appear, and it's all black for just a moment, and then very suddenly you see these like bright red eyes open in the form and kind of stare down at you.
she is going to attempt to try and like see its face, sort of thing, like find out, like, yes, this is a big scary thing with red glowing eyes, but what are you?
Okay. Yeah, you focus in, sort of looking it in the eye, and a name, oh boy, comes to mind. A single name, a mononym, if you will. I'll put it in chat as well, so you guys have the spelling. But in your mind, you sort of get the name Zatheron. But as quickly as it comes, it goes away.
Cool. Her eyes fade and she like looks down at the papers he has, quickly like pulls them towards her, and she just writes on the back and the margin of one of them the name, and then just like kind of like bends over and starts breathing very heavily.
What? Zatheron? What's that mean?
God. It's a creature. It's all darkness and just red eyes, and it's I don't know what it is. That's its name, I think.
All right. Name. We can work with the name. Thank you. Lie down for a second. Do you need something?
I could use a shot.
All right. Yeah, I'll go get a bottle.
All right. So we're already a little over time, so I'll leave you with this. When you go down and raid your parents' liquor cabinet for a bottle of something,
Sure. Bourbon, whiskey,
vodka,
whatever.
probably.
Vodka.
And
Right. Fireball if they have it.
you make your way back up the stairs into this attic area, and Victoria, you see one final thing that maybe spooks you just a little bit. As Wynn is pouring you a shot, he sets the bottle down on the table. You pour one for yourself too,
Yeah.
Wynn? All right. He lifts his arm and pours 2 shots, and on the wall behind him, you see Wynn's shadow. Follow his movements for the most part, and then as Wynn raises his arm to pull the shots, it sort of keeps raising its arm and then stands up on its own and waves. But we're gonna go ahead and end our session there. And we'll find out what that's about next time. I'm just
Goodbye.
taking it all in. I can see you all in the Zoom call. I'm just taking it all in. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. We went just a little bit over time, so very, very quickly, because I know some of you have other things to get to. At the end of the session, the Keeper will ask the following questions. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Good. That one doesn't happen very often, I guess, when I run games. Good job. Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
Yeah.
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 All them
Someone.
30.
vampires.
30
You
someone.
cured or changed the ways of like 30 vampires.
So that's
Good
like
job.
30
Did
XP.
you- That's a million. Did you learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so much. Did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Yeah.
Like so many.
Like
That's
so many things.
all of them. 2 XP for everybody. Get it. What a session. Good job, everybody. So much happened. So much was accomplished. I hope you guys don't regret doing this every week now, because you've only got a week to think about it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So
I can't wait, but I hate shadow things. I hate shadow things so much. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I think you guys are gonna like this specific shadow thing. But we'll get to it next week. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us during our episode, our session today. Thank you to our new followers and subs out there in the chat. We love you. We're so glad that you had fun. If you want to catch up on the show, there's like 20 other episodes of it on our YouTube. This has been going on for a little while now. I would say about a year almost. I'm gonna have to look up when we had our first session. Did we miss our anniversary? I don't look at calendars. We can find out. I'm sure somebody out there on the internet can tell us. But yeah, we do this once a week, every week, same time, same place here on Game Nights with 2 G's and a K. If you're live with us on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube, coming out with us live. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday. We do this, and yeah, it's really fun. For the rest of the week, if you want to know what's going on here on GGK, our schedule is on our Twitch page if you're live with us, as well as pinned to our Discord and our Twitter. And these fine folks all around me, all of our Twitter handles are right below our faces. Follow them on Twitter. That's how you know where they're going to be, because they don't just exist here on GGK. They exist out there in the universe creating good content, and you should follow it and watch all of it. You won't be disappointed. Any last words before we go away for a week?
It hasn't been a year, but it's damn close.
Really?
Yeah, we were planning things in July.
Oh shit.
The playbooks and everything went up in the Discord in July.
We're gonna have to figure out an anniversary episode. We'll talk about it. That's so great. I can't believe we've been doing this for this long. Yeah. All right. Well, we will see you in a week. Same time, same place. Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. But until then, good game, excellent hunting, and good night, Internet.